Hey guys, it's Doggo, and welcome to Storytime 9! Yeah, it's Storytime 9! One of the things I wanted to tell you about is that I'm going to be switching to tutorials. Also, I'm going to be going from gaming to tutorials because they get more views and I guess it's more popular now. So I'm going to switch to that. In that case, I might not be able to post daily if I'm going to be posting tutorials because unlike gaming, you can make a gaming video on a lot of stuff, but for tutorials they have to be new. They can't just be the same tutorial over and over again. But I was thinking about posting the next tutorial video. I was thinking about posting one of those on how to completely make Minecraft look like the trailers, adding mods and stuff. Maybe that will help get up my views and help you guys make Minecraft look like the trailers more. I'm not gonna showcase how to get all this. I'm gonna showcase how to. What I'm gonna do for that video is that I'm gonna tell you that this is a sequel to the other trailer and the other videos, and that in order to make it look like the trailers, you're gonna need to watch that one, and then you can get the mods and make it completely look like the trailers, making it just kind of really look like it, like adding water effects, adding all kinds of mods in Forge. I won't be able to show you how to do Forge now. You'll need Forge to be able to get the mods, obviously. These mods are gonna be Forge mods. But the mods, I can't show you how to download or get Forge. Because this tutorial is how to make Minecraft completely look like the trailers rather than how to get Forge. I have a lot of stuff. I have a few tutorial videos in mind, but I don't have a lot. I'll have to think about those, and since I post daily now and only don't post on Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of hard to do videos, especially when it comes to daily videos. You don't have time, a lot of time at all. You need to sit there and record every day. It's like going to work every day, but instead of going to work as an adult, you're going to work as a kid. But it's not the same kind of work because adult work is harder than YouTube stuff. But there's still stuff I have to talk to you about. It's only been 3 minutes into the video. This wouldn't be a story time if I only had that stuff to talk about. I'm also gonna share stuff with you about my daily life, like I usually do. One of the things that happened is that we all know is that my cousin has left, and I feel very sorry about it. I liked him a lot. He's around my age. We had a lot of fun together, like we were best friends. So I wish that man good luck. I wish him a lot of good stuff. I will be continuing with my VR stuff if you like the VR stuff. I will be continuing the VR series on my headset, the little Minecraft VR series. There's also this game called Township Tale. It's a fun game, but I can't show it on to you because I downloaded it through AppLab and not the PC version. So I can't. And that's how I recorded last time. I know you can do it with the Oculus Quest 2, but the video was better with my own recording software, APower, Rex stuff. And also, the reason why some of my webcam videos now they're not very bright is because I don't have my my lights or my lamp anymore. I'm at my grand, and I'm going to be staying here for the next 3 months. So we don't have a lot. We just moved to my grand's, and we're gonna be staying here for the next 3 months. It's gonna be a while. I never thought the day would come of me just staying at my grand's for a long period of time. And hey, I have something to share with you. My bed, my dad's bed is very comfy. My dad's and my uncle's bed, but yeah, they're very comfy, even though they're about 40 years old, and they, well, actually, yeah, 40 or 42 years old, and they're 50 right now, going to turn 50, and they're still comfy. I thought they was gonna feel like moss, not moss, but thought it was gonna feel bad and hard to sleep in, but no, it's very comfy. It's actually even more comfier than the one in Mississippi. That one was impossible to sleep in, because I slept at the same spot over and over again, and there was a bunch of more room, but I just didn't want to sleep there. And the bed was a queen size bed. I switched rooms because I was making my YouTube channel, and I was switching up my room because I was going to start my YouTube channel and make videos. So I went to my original room, which was very dirty and messy and hard to live in. And the bed was bad too, and it was very stuffy in there, to the girls' room, which wasn't stuffy at all. The girls weren't allergic to dust, but I was. It took 2 days to move into that room. Then I started sleeping in that room, and I didn't have to move my bed into that room. We really just moved up all my stuff into that room. We gave away some of the stuff I didn't want. A lot of that stuff I should have never thrown away. Some of the stuff didn't even work, but a lot of that stuff I should have never thrown away, because now at my grand's, I have nothing to do but play video games and go on my Oculus Quest 2. It's very hard to do stuff because there is literally no toys here. All we have here is like some blocks, some old toys in Grand's back. They're basically just cars. It's nothing much. I mean, hey, yeah, I have a lot of time to do stuff now. And the other bad thing about having to move, well, there's nothing wrong with moving to my grand's. It's just that Dad's not gonna be here because he has to work locals and stuff. So that's sad, but I have to deal with it, it's just life. It's okay. I'm trying to think of other stuff that's going on over here. Oh yeah, there's this other thing going on over here. I wanted to tell you guys this. Your mom always tells you when you were young, or you're young right now, like me, to go outside and play outside. Which is okay if the grass was like the grass in cartoons. The grass wasn't even visible, and the only time it was like half an inch in short. But here, the grass is really tall. The grass is as tall as my shoes, which isn't that tall at all. But you just have to think about how much harassment you get from all those bugs in the grass, because bugs live in the grass, and they sometimes go onto the really tip of the grass, and they lay their eggs in the grass, and then all them eggs and them they go on you. They go on you, and they get all that dirt stuff on your legs. And then you have to take a shower, and you don't want to go outside again because it's just not fun anymore. Because you have all this stuff inside. It's even funner than outside. Well, outside that, yes, nature is funner than video games, and you can see animals and actually interact with them and feel them, rather than going on a VR headset, seeing them, but you can't feel them. But still, it's just hard to go outside now, and even harder because now people are kind of, it's too hot to go outside. And the grass is even taller than my boots. Like the track, and the only fun part of the outside in our area is where all the tall grass is. This grass is so tall, it goes up to my leg. So it's very hard to have fun out there because there's this fence that keeps you in, and Grant didn't build that fence to keep my dad and my uncle in. She built that fence to keep her dog Missy out. Well, in. Actually, yeah, she had 3 dogs, but by the time when I was 3, 2 of them passed away, and the only one that was left was Missy. I petted her for a little while. Once I was 5, she Grant put her down. That's sad. I wonder why you can just put your dog down, because that makes him suffer even more. Just dying a slow death of poison. It's kind of sad. Imagine you're just suffering and you know there's no cure, and then just your owner who you love and trust just puts you down. It is kind of sad to me, because it's already sad enough to see your dog just. It's already. What if you were a kid and you had a dog, and then that dog got real sick and there was no cure, and then your mom just did that, and she didn't ever tell you, didn't think you would ever think about it until you were like, I don't know, 10 or 11, and then you were just mad at her for the next week. It's kind of sad. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. That's too sad. That's bad content. I'm trying to get back into the fun mood after saying all that bad stuff. But hey, there's this other thing. Paris. In New Mexico, when Paris was really, really young, I'm not about to say she didn't know how to use the bathroom. Yeah, she knew how to use the bathroom. But she would do weird stuff. Like, she hated to put on her clothes. Like, she would wear clothes, but this is at the age where they knew how to walk, they knew how to talk, but their language wasn't that good. They were still in diapers. They were old enough they were just starting to kind of get out of those diapers. Well, they were only 2, so they weren't getting started, but once they were 3, then they were old enough to kind of get out of those diapers. Paris, in her weird age, just like I was 7 and I was still kind of weird. She would do all kinds of weird things, and she would usually be the head commander of Ava. Ava now takes control. She's captain, but back then, Ava didn't know any better. She was just as weird as Paris. So Paris was head commander of weird things. So Paris would lead. They would choose who would be the lead, which depends on who had the idea. And I would just be so mad at them, always chasing them because I had nothing else to do, and they would just harass me with all kinds of this stuff and that and that and that. And that's why it actually might be a good idea that mom and dad, my mom and dad decided to put my room upstairs where the girls lived downstairs. Their cribs were in mom's room, obviously, which it was downstairs, and my bed was upstairs. And it's very, very good that they made it that way, because if I don't want to be asleep out downstairs with them little cribs, and then having to try to go to sleep with a bunch of noise, even though sometimes I would be sleeping, or it would be 3 o'clock and I would be up just either trying to go to sleep or trying to wait it out until morning. Paris would come into the room and just, like, she would come into the room and say, "Come on, get up, get up, get up." Just trying to play. And like, "Hey, I want to play with you. You want to play with me. Let's fight Mom and Dad so we can get what we want." But I wasn't about that, because I back then was always the goody child. I would never do anything wrong. I still am, but I'm more mature in life. I will do it. But back then, I didn't do that way. So I was just in bed. I would look downstairs, and then on Christmas Day, Mom and Dad said that Santa was real. I didn't believe it, and I thought I was smart, and I was mature, and I was all grown up and knew almost everything, because I knew that Santa and the Tooth Fairy weren't real. It's strange. So I try to prove it to them. So the night before Christmas Eve, I wake up. I didn't plan. I planned on waking up, but I just woke up because of something, and I couldn't go back to sleep because it was around 1 or 3, and you know those times when it's in the PM era, where if your body wakes you up at on purpose, you can't go back to sleep. But if someone else wakes you up, you can go back to sleep. But it's not going to be as hard as going back to sleep when your own self woke you up. So I just woke up out of weirdness. Gran keeps me in the room until she eventually goes to sleep, because she's old and elderly. Paris barge into the room, and which makes Gran wake up, and then Mom and Dad come and get her. About 2 minutes of her harassing me with nonsense words. Paris goes back downstairs and eventually goes to sleep downstairs. When it was about 3 o'clock or 3:30, I go out my room, and I see Mom and Dad wrapping presents. I had already been doing this since 2. So every few minutes I would go open the door and look downstairs, and Gran would always get me back. She wouldn't wake up. She thought that I had gone to the bathroom or tried to open the door, or either was on the ground trying to just play something when it wasn't really anything. She kept her eyes closed and tried to go to sleep, which she did very, very well, and I'm glad of that. I see Mom and Dad wrapping a present, and it looks like a Nintendo Switch Lite, which I liked back then. Now I have a Nintendo Switch, which is better. A Nintendo Switch Lite, yes. It was the yellow version, since I switched from blue to yellow, and then I switched to red, and then I switched back to blue, a shade of blue, not just any blue. So I see this, I get not any shivers, not just any fierce shivers down my chin. I get happy shivers. I just feel good. I feel real good about saying that. And then the next day, Christmas Day, I tell Mom that after I wrapped my presents, and the girls had their presents first, then it was Gran, then Dad, And then last it was me, including Mom. Well, Mom was last, and I was before. Well, before Mom, and Mom was last. So it took a little bit of turn. So finally, when Mom is getting her present, I tell Dad, Santa can't be real. Santa can't be real. Mom, of course, still wants me to be young and wants me to still have that kid stuff in me. Mom says it's real. He's real. When Dad's saying no, he's not real. And I know it, but now I look back and I feel bad for my mom. I give her proof that that yesterday I had to. Well, I didn't know, but now looking back at this, I should have never said that I woke up at 1 o'clock. Then at 2, I started to, start looking down to see if anyone was wrapping presents. Then at 3, I saw my present, and then finally, 6 hours later, I get up in full-on pajamas and just like, unwrap presents time. I didn't even know time. I didn't even know what time back then. I didn't know time. And we had a alarm clock in my room, but the alarm clock was broken. So I would always, when Ava's birthday came around, you would think, oh, it's just a birthday. You would think I wouldn't be so birds about getting this thing started, but no. I was like, I needed this thing to start, not because it was my sister's birthday. I was happy for them, and I wanted it to happen, but because the secret thing that would keep me in. You see, I wouldn't be in there or want to be in my girl's birthday party. Well, not now, but back then, because they were still young and they weren't gonna do anything. And the presents they got were very weird presents that I didn't really do anything with. The only thing I did with those presents were really just break them or experiment with them, see what I can do if I combine one to another. The one thing that kept me in was a glazed old donut. 6 of them. I ate 2 when I was full. But that's why I was so stubborn on getting this thing started. Because I saw that when the party started, or when I even started to eat the cake, that I could have glazed donuts, because I do not eat cake. I do not like cake. It has too much sugar. It is too much sour. Well, not sour. It has too much sugar, and it has too much. I don't know how to say it, but I just don't like cake. I love glazel on them glazel donuts. I love them. I don't like donuts anymore because one time they made me sick, real sick. It was actually in Mississippi where I started my YouTube channel when I turned 8, and I never ate donuts again. I went from loving my number one food, the food wars was donuts versus pizza, to pizza winning because it tastes better, there's more of it, and it doesn't make me sick. I went from that and even though I rarely even ate donuts, since it was my birthday, and this was supposed to be a big birthday, because I was turning 8, it was good for me. It's that age where you still have that kid energy, and it's basically a good age to be. Your life isn't that hard. It's still fun. Well, it's still fun right now, but it wasn't as hard back then. You're starting to get into starting to do chores now. It's a lot of stuff. It's a big transition. a 7-year-old still has the attitude and acts of a 5-year-old. It's just they're bigger and they're a little bit more matured, and they're more used to school too. While an 8-year-old is kind of just like a 7-year-old, but a little bit upgraded. And then comes the 9-year-olds. It's kind of like they've matured a lot, gotten used to the maturity and stuff. By the time I was 8.5, I was used to the whole thing in there. It took a while because it didn't take a long. It didn't take a little bit at all for my birthday to come. It took a long time for me. My best friend Fernando. He's a real friend. He's not just a cousin. He's not just a cousin who I like and feel like we're friends. We had a so close connection because he now lives in Texas and I lived in Mississippi. We both were friends and we're in Jackson and we're going to USJ and that's how both of us met, and we were just best friends ever since. We would always see each other and meet each other. I never really saw the point of school back in USJ because I never learned anything. It was the same color and draw every day. And it's a good thing Mom got me enrolled in online school because that school in USJ didn't really teach me anything, probably because I was only in preschool. I think I was actually in kindergarten. I think I'm gonna end off the video there. Yeah, I've been recording for a long time. It's been so long, like 23 minutes. Well, that's not that long, but it's long for a story time, which is supposed to be 7 to 8 to 17-minute cap. And the fact that it went all the way up to the 23 minutes is kind of long. So I'm going to end it off here. Until the next one, goodbye.